Yo, Cowboy Nation, I was thinking last year when we played the New Orleans Saints, they had 7 sacks on Dak Prescott. And what would be a good feeling for us to do that in return to Teddy Bridgewater? And here's why. He holds on to the ball a long time. And I know that we got to be ready for Sean Payton's antics because he might just be one of those guys to do the onside kick, and we've seen that before. But we also got to be mindful of the fact that their defense is very stingy. They like to get turnovers and takeaways, and they got some playmakers on the ball. Although they like to gamble, the coach love to gamble as well as the players love to gamble. But this is the thing that got me right here thinking. I'm thinking that Dak Prescott is willing to right now put in all of his efforts to show to the world that he can step up to the occasion. And we know for one, he's hungry. He wants the money. We know that for sure. He wants the money, but he's playing it very cavalier, which is cool. I don't have any issues with a guy just sitting back, trusting himself, trusting his skill set, trusting what he can do out there on the field as it relates to touchdown, to pass, of interception ratios, and being conscientious of all of those things. So I'm looking at everything from A to Z. And I will tell you guys this right now, that it's just crazy that MVP Dak is doing his thing, right? That he's second in touchdowns right behind Pat Mahomes, who is a natural thrower of the ball. I just have yet to see anybody throw the rock like Pat Mahomes. But I will say, Dak Prescott is in the same lane as it relates for 2019. So, this defense, Robert Quinn, he was flying out to the ball, almost got Josh Rosen several times, but he was able to get the ball out quick. Teddy Bridgewater, he holds onto the ball. He does. And I'm feeling, there's some gut feeling that this defense is going to have a prove me moment type of game. Now, I will say, down in Voodoo Land, New Orleans and things like that, it gets crazy. It's a weird place to play because all of a sudden you got the crowd factor to put into place, and then you have weird things that happen. But I'm going to do the reverse actions to it. I'm thinking that it's time to show the world and prove to the world that we can do the things that needed to be done. And all we got to do is still continue to play our style of defense, our style of offense. You got Tony Pollard, who can play in the slot receiving side of the ball and also run the rock. And if you look at all of those things and what Tony Pollard can do, and then you add in the fact that Ezekiel at the bell cow that he is, here's the thing that we didn't have last year. We didn't have a number 82. And all of the games, minus the last game, he caught a touchdown. And he could have caught a touchdown last game. The ball kind of was like right there. He wasn't ready for it, and it bounced off his hands. So I'm thinking that number 82 is going to get into the end zone, money zone, green zone. It's just going to happen. I just feel it. Number 82, he came back to play for a reason. If you listen to what James Slater had to say and all the other news media had to say about when they played the New Orleans Saints last year, he was like, man, I need to be out there because I'm looking at this team, the way they play, the way they prepare themselves. I need to be helping them out because now I think he called the game or something like that, but he was saying that now I can see what I'm missing out on. And if anybody is ready to play against anybody, it will be number 82. He will be dog out ready. And trust me, all of the old battles that we used to have with the New Orleans Saints, Jason Witten didn't forget. He didn't forget it all. So you got to put those things in the crevices of your thoughts and mind. Now, I do know that a lot of major media is saying that the Cowboys probably don't have a chance because they're going and they're traveling on the road. And just let's be honest, a lot of people are still not sold on Dak Prescott. They thinking that all of this stuff is just an anomaly, basically, because we haven't played anybody. And I remind everybody of the schedule that if this is true, then the Patriots should never even be qualified for the what is this? This is NFL rankings. They should never be qualified for that. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm saying? Because they shouldn't be qualified for it because they get a chance to play the Jets twice. They get a chance to play the Dolphins twice. And of course, the Bills looking good right now, but they always look good on the first half of the season for the first 4 games. That's just the reality. I can't lie to kick it with you all. But what I can say is this right here. If this team really want to be able to set the tone and set the pace, we got to show up and show out, because all of the Eagles fans, I'm hearing noise from all of the Eagles fans, all of a sudden they saying that, hey, they are the flavor of the South or the NFC East. They are the flavor that everybody want to look up to, because they was the last team in the NFC East to win the Super Bowl, and they're going to win out and these sorts of things. But I remind a lot of Eagles fans that 422 yards by Aaron Rodgers, who didn't have a running game. And think about this. 422 yards, who was down at the 5, and he tried to pass the ball multiple times, which is crazy. Stupidity on the coaching staff, because even Aaron Rodgers was averaging 9.3 yards per carry or something like that. Or could have been 9.1, but regardless of the simple fact, all you had to do was bootleg, put the quarterback in motion, well, not put the quarterback in motion, RPO that thing and do something. But I digress. If you really look at that game, you'll say to yourself, if you are a true Eagles purist, man, we didn't really won that game. We didn't win it. The Packers gave it away, and we was able to capitalize and take advantages of the situation. Yes, it was a good interception and these sorts of things, but the reality of it, when you look at it, you can still sit back and say, man, that's a game that, man, they got away from the Packers. And boy, we wake up today and we're going to go ahead and pick up a Orlando Scandrick of all people. And you guys know he can't cover a bed. He can't cover a twin-size bed with a king-size comforter. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how horrible his coverage is. But that's the story of a different day, right? Going back to the Dallas Cowboys versus the New Orleans Saints. We should bring that thunder. We should bring that pain. We should not let up on them. And we should be mindful that Marshawn Lattimore, he's a gambler. Even Eli Apple is a gambler. And the coach, Sean Payton, is a gambler. That's why they give up so many yards. But all we got to do is play our style of offense, and it will happen. We can throw things at you multiple ways. And if you can say, okay, you shut down the run, that's cool. You can try to do that. That's cool. Try to shut down Ezekiel Elliott. That's cool. Because you still got old reliable that you got to worry about. That's the middle of the field. If you're going to try to do cover two defenses are subject to the middle of the field being wide, the world open, right? Okay, you're going to compress, and you're going to play another defense. You're going to try to shut down old reliable and Blake Jarwin. That's cool. That's cool. But then you still have to worry about Amari Cooper, who can galvanize you and cut you up like he's a Ginzu blade out there as it relates to route running, even with a bum foot, bum ankles as well. Hands are going to be full for you all because you still got Randall Cobb. You still got Devin. And then didn't I hear this right here? Did I hear this right here, Cowboy Nation? Tavion. That's what Jerry Jones called him. His real name is Tavon, but we just going to call him Tavion. The end around is back, baby. We haven't seen that in a while, right? The end around is back. The reverse sweep, jet sweep, whatever you want to call it, sweep. Yeah, you're going to see that some more. And I'm just looking at this defense. It's time for us to return the favor. It's time for us to get multiple sacks back on you all. Because you got 7 sacks last year on my Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott. It's time for us to get at Teddy Bridgewater. Of course, Alvin Kamara, he's pretty cool. I love his skill set, catching the ball out of the backfield, running in between the splits and the tackle. He's not easy to take down. He's uniquely built like butter. You can't stop him. You can only slow him down, right? But I remind everybody, it was that hit that Jalen Smith laid on number 41. It was that hit that Jalen Smith laid on Kamara, basically. Of course, my guy Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis did his thing like a miniature linebacker out there. He was covering him up like a blanket. We love to see that. We love every piece of that work action that he was putting out there. They're going to draw up some similar plans like that. Be mindful of that. Be looking out for that. But I can't wait to see this game. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace.